everybody, it's Allie, and welcome to another episode of Coffee with Allie. And today, I'm going to be talking about my trip to Yellowstone again! See, I got my Yellowstone shirt, I got my Yellowstone mug, must be Yellowstone time! And today, specifically, we'll be chatting about filters. The filters that I used while we were on the trip. Basically, I used these two filters. Really, I used this polarizing filter a ton. I also used the neutral density filter. So the polarizing filter, what do you do with the polarizing filter? It's two pieces of glass and they rotate. They're two pieces of polarized glass and they rotate and they cut reflections or change reflections. They move reflections. So you can decide how you want your image to look. They're great for cars, they're great for water, they're great for anything with a reflection. And I was able to use this a lot for the water features. They're also great for skies. So just plain old landscapes, you want to dial in a nice rich sky, try a polarizing filter. I had an issue where I was shooting at Mammoth, which is an area in Yellowstone, and everything is super white. And what happened was I was like losing all the detail. And then finally I remembered, oh, that's right, you brought a polarizing filter. And so I can actually show you my image before and after, which is when I went, oh, polarizing filter. And I figured it out, and you can see the level of detail and just how much better the image becomes and how much more I've got and how much less post-processing I have to do, because I'm not showing you any edits here. This is just how it came out of camera. I went to Norris Basin and I set up my camera with my polarizing filter and I just rolled it while video was rolling so you could see what it did to the sky. And if you look at the ground, you can see what it's also doing to the reflections in the water. And I took a lot of images, just still images, where I dialed in the reflection so that I could see right through the water and get the reflections of the trees in the water. And it really gave me some nice artistic effects. And the second filter I brought with me was the neutral density filter. And I only used it once. And I used it for the one waterfall that I shot, which was Stone Tower. And you can see as I roll this, it opens up and it gets dark, and it opens up and it gets dark. So the point is that it allows you to shoot in bright sun with a slower exposure. And I shot one waterfall while we were at Yellowstone. It was Stone Tower, and it was a cool waterfall. But as usual, there was drama because, I don't know, it just happens. I didn't mean it. Anyway, I get up there, I've got my neutral density filter, I've got my tripod, I've got my camera, I've got my lens, I'm all ready to shoot the damn waterfall and get some silky water. And you don't get really close to the waterfall. So I get there and I go to set up my tripod, and I've been having problems with my tripod. It broke right before I left. 4 months old, and the bottom leg on the bottom section on one of the legs fell out. But I crammed it back in there and I made it work, and it was working all week long. So we're at the last day in Yellowstone, and I get up there and I'm setting up my tripod, and the guy next to me sees me and he goes, wow, you're really serious. And I'm just like, yeah, I got a tripod, I'm so serious. And I pull that leg out and it just goes. But I'm not expecting it because it's supposed to stop. It's not supposed to come all the way out. And my arm goes with the force and I throw it over the fence. And I'm just like, it's right on the other side. It's not far. It's not a geyser. I just want to make sure that everybody understands this was not a bad or unsafe situation. There's a lot of just plain old grassy area on the other side of the fence. But I'm not jumping this fence. I'm just not that kind of athletic. So I'm trying to use my tripod like a pair of chopsticks to get this damn leg back. And it's not going well. When this high school kid just comes over, I could just tell he's just like done with it. Jumps over the fence, gives me the leg, hands it to me, and he walks away. So, crisis solved. But now I've still got a broken tripod leg. So I like to think fast. I still want the darn shot. I used the post of the fence. We got the shot and used that. clearly you can't use the post for a 30-second exposure, but I didn't need a 30-second exposure. So I think it was 6th of a second or 15th of a second, something like that. I'll look at the settings and I'll write it down while the picture's going by. And I'm going to give you another tip on the polarizing filter because it's not just for water. It's great for cars. If you're shooting cars and you really want to get your reflections dialed in, especially if you've got a damn black car because they're like mirrors, then put your camera on a tripod, look through it, play with it. And like what I usually will do is I'll find that if I'm on a 3/4 angle, if I roll one way, I'm going to get like the front windshield's going to look great and the side of the car is going to be all reflective. And then if I roll the other way, side of the car looks great and the front windshield is like this big white thing. So I'll shoot it both ways, pull it into Photoshop, and just mask out one of them and it works just fine. One last example is rainbows. I shot this behind our cabin and I couldn't get the whole rainbow until I put the polarizing filter on and gave it a spin. So you can make magic with your polarizing filter. So that's my episode on my Yellowstone trip, shooting water features and using my polarizing and my neutral density filter, which was really the polarizer was the star of this trip. Hope you're enjoying my coffee with Allie. It's just you and me coffee. If you're missing Sierra and I and our shenanigans, go to Creatives Chat. Creatives Chat is going to have all the shenanigans. So if you've enjoyed this episode, please hit the like, subscribe, hit the notify bell, leave me some questions. You may have noticed I've refocused back to photography. So I want to hear what you want to know. I want to help you to feed your passion for photography and to get better and to learn things. And I want to learn more too. I mean, everybody can learn. And I think that's one of the things that's great about art and photography and creativity is that there's so much to learn. So I hope to see you next week, Friday at 3. Thank you for watching. The channel that will help. My God, the cicadas are loud tonight. We're going to wait for the cicadas now. The planes are gone. Cicadas are loud. Watch what it does to the sky. Oh my God. There's a freaking helicopter. Tonight is like the worst night I've ever had for shooting. I had my camera lose my focus. I forgot to turn on my mic. The cicadas couldn't be screaming any louder, and now I got a freaking helicopter. All right, but I wanted to shoot outside because it's like nature.